right now filming inside of a police vehicle is suspicious, so I'm going to ask for your ID now.
Oh, did I commit a crime?
You're being suspicious, so
What crime is that? Is that a misdemeanor or felony?
Now investigating.
For what crime? Suspicious and it's not a crime.
No, because I haven't determined yet if you've committed a crime.
Well, you have to before you come and ask for ID.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, what's the Fourth Amendment, silly?
I do not need...
No, the Fourth Amendment?
I do not need permission.
Yes, you do. We have a constitution.
Yourself. I don't need permission from you especially, to conduct my job.
What crime did I commit?
I'm asking, you have not committed a crime yet, but
there we go. There's the answer.
I am suspect.
So no, I'm suspect of you.
I have probable cause.
You have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion before you can have probable cause.
Given your demeanor and given you...
Oh, so it's illegal to be a grandma now?
Listen, let me see your ID.
How about hell no?
If you do not identify yourself, I will place you under arrest.
All right, then arrest me, because that's a Fourth Amendment violation.
Put this down.
Oh, I'll just hold on to it.
Why are you being difficult?
Why are you trying to violate my Fourth Amendment rights?
You're intentionally goading and antagonizing.
And antagonizing what? Standing on public property? You just said I could look inside.
This actually is not public property.
Yes, it is. Where's the signs restricting? And you just gave me permission to come. Private property is not a police station. Who pays for it? We the people. You had an oath swore to uphold the Constitution, yet you're trying to violate a grandma's rights.
No, I'm not.
For filming, because she doesn't want to give you ID because you said she committed no crime. You have to have reasonable, articulable suspicion that a crime was committed, is about to be committed, or already has been committed. What crime did I commit? And you said no.
Yeah, where is that from then?
What do you think?
What Iowa code?
What do you think?
What Iowa code?
That's your job.
What Iowa code?
What's the Fourth Amendment?
What Iowa code?
What's the Fourth Amendment?
Sit here and
you swore an oath to the Constitution.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us. You are about to get highly educated with the Cannabis Closet podcast with Canna Queen and MJ. This is an adult content show with no limitations on subject, language, or actions. Opinions, views, and expressions may or may not be that of the hosts, their guests, or their subsidiaries. Please note, we are not medical physicians, nor are we attorneys. So anything and all of the information shared is based solely on our personal research and our personal knowledge. What's up, MJ? Hi, everybody. How's everybody going? How's everybody doing? Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't even sure I could hear me. So I was like,
I don't know why that's on there. Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, my earphones.
What's up, everybody? This show is brought to you today and every day by Queen Kitty Seltzer. Grab yourself a Queen Kitty. No THC, no sugar, no sweeteners, no yak in the back. That's a guarantee. You're not going to get that weird after flavor. It's organically grown hemp, natural botanical flavors. It's sold all around Colorado. You can also go onto our website and order it for yourself. There are 6 states that we cannot deliver to. I don't believe anybody watching currently is in any of those states, but they are Hawaii, Mississippi, yes, New Hampshire, South Dakota, Iowa, and Idaho.
Yep.
I think I got them all. So those are the places where we can't send you drinks, but otherwise we can send you drinks. We recommend ordering a pallet. Let me tell you something. I have something to talk about today, and I'm just going to talk about what's actually happening in Missouri, but I'm about to be mad about something because look, everybody, if you guys want to have a conversation with me about how I feel and what I think, I welcome that. But like, I don't know if using my name at the end of a question is necessarily going to make me be nice.
What was the question?
when you come into my DMs?
Okay, I was like, what was the question and who was asking?
You agree with her, Farah? That's the question.
Oh.
And the answer to y'all's question Do I agree with her, Farah? And if you know, you know. I agree with a lot of what she said. I agree with a lot of what she said. And I agree with receipts also.
Oh, is that who you're okay?
So
we haven't gotten to like,
if you know, you know. But anyways, I love y'all. I'm not picking sides about anything, but I also saw evidence and receipts, and I love a woman that will speak her mind and her truth, and back it up with what she's got. So anyways, moving forward, I mean, if you want to have a conversation with me, just like maybe don't come at me with like my name at the end of that question, because I know you're talking to me. You're in my DMs. Right. I get it. You could have just said, do you agree with her? and that wouldn't have felt so
right.
Like an attack almost. I'm not saying I've been attacked. I'm not saying that. I did not say that.
Right.
But when you say something to somebody and they're the only person you could be talking to, and then you end the question with their name, it comes off in a certain way.
Yes.
Is all I'm saying.
And
all I'm saying.
In text, especially in
text where you can't read tone.
That's just insinuated.
Yes. I'd be happy to have the conversation with you. I'm always happy to have the conversation. Yeah. But as always, this person is not necessarily wrong. Is all I'm saying. Okay. So this show is also brought to you by CQ LLC. We're what are we? A consulting and education company. We are certified to teach responsible vendor training in the state of Colorado. We can teach 101. We can come be hands-on with you guys. We can come help you write your SOPs, build your business, whatever you need. We'll help you out with it in the cannabis spaces. Or we have somebody that we can get you to help you out with it. So don't worry. If we don't got it, we'll get you to somebody that got it.
If we don't know, we know someone.
Yeah. So yeah, 970-426-5985 to reach us. What else? Follow us on all of our stuff. solo.to/canvascloset420. Let's get into the show. Y'all already know why I'm a little bit upset. That upsets me a little bit. Like, I don't want there to be an accusatory nature, and I certainly don't intend on losing friends, but also we have to understand that things are happening and things have consequences, and so I'm not going to get into it, but if your name was mentioned and I liked the post, I don't know. We can talk about it. If you want to have a conversation. I'm just saying a lot of what was said is not necessarily untrue.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is like open discussion and owning up, not owning up, but being held accountable for your part, for what you did, for what you didn't do, for whatever your actions were, and why you're being called out for it, or whatever. So
yeah, why is that? And can you have a conversation with the person calling you out and like be like, what the fuck? You could do that instead of coming to me and asking me whether or not I agree with it. First of all, I don't live there. So I have trusted friends there. But I don't know the intricacies of every situation that's happening out there, even though I know a lot of the stories of things that are happening out there with names that are attached to them that I don't even know. I don't even know some of the players that some of the stories that I hear mention, you know what I'm saying? But in this particular case, I did know. And I was like, I love the person for speaking their mind always, speaking their truth always, and never being afraid of doing that. And also never being afraid of the backlash that could happen from that, like understanding the consequences of her words. And I appreciate that. And also, a lot of what she said was true. I'm not saying that what she said about your part in what she said was true. I'm not saying that your part in that was necessarily truthful, because I wouldn't know that. I wasn't there. But I did see the receipts that were posted from conversations, and I liked that post because I like the person that posted it, and I like that that person always speaks their truth. And maybe you don't think that that's a wise decision, but I actually trust this person. So and that doesn't mean that I don't trust other people that are in the situation, because again, I don't know their direct part in that, but I do know the results of that. So let's talk about the results of voting yes for legal cannabis in Missouri. Let me just pull it up.
I'm sorry, I'm responding to Carly.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm just gonna pull this up because I just want to read it, and then we're gonna do our history piece too. So don't worry, you guys. We have a history piece today that's very important. So where is this story at? I'm just trying to find the story first because I didn't save it. Okay, here it is. So, new rules stir fear. Black Missourians will once again lose out on marijuana licensing. This is from a news source. I don't know which one because it's like a picture right here. I don't have the news source in front of me. Missouri regulators listed zip codes that qualify as having historic incarceration rates for marijuana offenses in the new cannabis rules. None are in North St. Louis, where about half of the state's Black population resides. Then there's a quote in here. So this is just two pictures that we pulled up. If you, when you're done with that email, if you can maybe do a quick search on maybe normal or something, maybe we can pull up the whole story. Maybe we can find this, or maybe, I don't know. Anyways, listen, not today, not if it's legal, and not even when it's illegal will you find a bunch of Black people smoking weed in the middle of Clayton. There's no way in the world the people in Clayton have been arrested more than the people who live in North St. Louis. It's impossible. This is from some Pruitt. I'm not sure there, because again, this is a cutoff story. Like it's a screenshot of a story. Pruitt said on Thursday, Pruitt on Thursday sent a letter to Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services, which oversees the marijuana program, demanding an immediate correction ahead of the application forms release in 2 weeks. This fall, Missouri will award 48 micro business licenses according to the proposed marijuana regulation rules, and the window to file the application is July 27th to August 10th. So what this is about those micro licenses and being eligible for those micro licenses. And part of the law that Missouri passed, the Amendment 3, was supposed to be that the people who were most affected by the war on drugs would have an opportunity, would have this opportunity. But then they're saying, oh, the people who were most incarcerated were in this zip code, which is a zip code where people were not most incarcerated. It wasn't, and there was no zip codes from North St. Louis, which, if you've ever been to St. Louis, this isn't even a conversation we need to be having. This is kind of silly. Let me see if we can pull this up. Let's see. What was the headline of that story? I can't remember.
Oh, unfortunately, QP just said he didn't check the schedule and has a night bazaar.
Oh, bummer. Okay, new rules stir fear. So I don't even know how to spell Missouri. Y'all, it's like I've never been there. Let's see if I can find noodles. Okay, it's the Missouri Independent is where this story is where you can find it. Okay, so when a marijuana legalization amendment was being criticized last year over concerns it would calcify the lack of Black participation in the burgeoning industry, Adolphus Pruitt was one of its most vociferous defenders. Let me tell you, I love the vocabulary in this already. Pruitt is the president of the St. Louis City NAACP, and other local NAACP leaders insisted the constitutional amendment would establish a microbusiness license program. The intent was to award marijuana licenses to business owners who live in communities that have long felt the brunt of marijuana criminalization, and studies show that's largely Black communities. But Pruitt's tone changed Thursday when he saw the fine print in the requirements for the microbusiness license application the state will release on June 6th. So the NAACP was like, vote yes, because I don't know why. I don't even know why. But at the end, I think they started out at vote no, and then at the end they were vote yes. So that's crucial, by the way, when the NAACP is backing something like this. And also, did they read the bill? And then he's saying, oh, this is the fine print that I didn't read. It was 36 pages, you guys. It was 36 pages. Literally read before you. Anyways, I was shocked, he said, when he saw the list of zip codes the state deemed as qualifying for historically high rates of incarceration for marijuana-related offenses. Of the 121 zip codes listed, 9 are in St. Louis region, but none are in North St. Louis, where about half of the state's Black population resides. 3 are zip codes for P.O. boxes, 2 in downtown St. Louis, and 1 in St. Charles. 3 are to banks and the U.S. Postal Inspection Service in downtown St. Louis that have unique zip codes, which are designated to institutions with high mail traffic. The 3 regular zip codes that cover a geographic area included downtown St. Louis, which is among the least residential areas in the city, and downtown Clayton, among the most affluent suburbs in the region, where the average household income is $200,000. And the last one is for St. Charles, where the population is 90% Caucasian, according to the census. Applications must show that they live in these zip codes by showing utility bills, personal property tax bills, or copies of the current mortgage or lease. And then this is where the quote that I read earlier, listen, not today, not if it's legal, and not even if it was illegal, will you find a bunch of Black people smoking weed in the middle of Clayton. Pruitt said, there is no way in the world the people in Clayton have been arrested more than the people who live in North St. Louis. It's impossible. Pruitt said on Thursday he sent a letter to the Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services, which oversees the marijuana program, demanding an immediate correction ahead of the application's forms release in 2 weeks. It's actually being, so it's June 6th is when the release is. So that's in 7 days. Okay. This fall, Missouri will award 48 microbusiness licenses according to the proposed marijuana regulation rules. The window to file is July 27th through August 10th. It's a pretty short window. It's not even a month. The St. Louis zip codes, Pruitt said, are just the start of the problems with qualifying zip codes listed in the state's new cannabis rules. 35 of those on the list are either P.O. boxes or unique zip codes throughout the state, including 6 state agencies in Jefferson City, the Federal Reserve in Kansas City, and the University Hospital Medical Complex in Columbia. Many of the other zip codes point to rural areas throughout the state where the populations are sparse. In a letter Friday responding to Pruitt's concerns, Amy Moore, director of the state's Division of Cannabis Regulation, said DHSS stands by the list. The drafters of the law did not provide any mechanism for conducting the required incarceration rate analysis, she wrote. Moore told Pruitt the Missouri State Highway Patrol has the only complete incarceration data set that applies equally across the state, so that the data DHSS based its so that's the data the DHSS based its analysis on. We believe the mechanism we use to find eligible zip codes under the incarceration rate criteria is the most effective mechanism available. And during the public rulemaking process, we received no alternative suggestions for how to determine eligible zip codes. Did they ask?
Yeah, who'd they ask?
Did they ask?
HN.
When the Independent asked DHSS last week about the 5 zip codes in downtown St. Louis that are to a single address or PO box, DHSS spokeswoman Lisa Cox said that they were included because they are part of the census tract area. However, according to Lieutenant Brown, spokesman for the Missouri Highway Patrol, those St. Louis zip codes were not provided to DHSS by the Highway Patrol. I do not know how many of the zip codes were not provided by Patrol, Brown said in an email Friday. DHSS will be your best source for finding an answer to that question, since they are the agency in charge of the rules. So see what they're doing is they're ping-ponging this back and forth. Oh, it's not our fault. We didn't do that. They did that. Oh, no, it's not us. It's them. They decided. They told us what to do.
Right. Always.
Right. Always. Let's see. In Pruitt's letter to Moore, he questioned if the zip codes only represent areas with prison or jails where people are incarcerated and not where they actually live. He thought that might explain why the zip codes are in so many rural areas. Moore also told Pruitt correction facilities did not skew the data. 6 of the state's prisons are within these zip codes, but Missouri's other 15 prisons are not. Downtown St. Louis and Clayton both have jails, Pruitt said, but Moore responded they would have been on the eligible list of zip codes with or without a jail population. Pruitt said that if downtown St. Louis, Clayton, and St. Charles remain the only regular geographic zip codes where people qualify for micro business licenses under this category, I think it will be time to challenge it and even, if necessary, litigate it, because that should not be the case. St. Louis Democrat Representative Peter Meredith, who sits on the House committee tasked with reviewing the new cannabis rules, said he will definitely look into this. Okay, we'll see. If the zip codes are supposed to be identifying communities that were harmed by the most criminalization of cannabis, and they aren't including those communities, we have a problem, he said. If it's even more concerning if, in fact, zip codes are included where nobody actually lives. The president of the Missouri NAACP was one of the biggest opponents to last year's legalization amendment because he didn't believe that it promised that the promises made by the backers that more social equity would come to fruition. This is exactly what we were afraid of, he said. When I look at the map of zip codes, I can't hardly tell that there would be any Black people affected. But rural Missouri has big old swaths of sections where apparently the micro grow is going to be allowed. That doesn't seem fair. This article, it's just a couple more paragraphs. Another concern for Pruitt, Chappell, and others who are working with the potential applicants is the lack of education and outreach programs. I've been talking with folks around the state the last couple of weeks, and not one, to my knowledge, has any information about eligibility requirements, application process, or anything from St. Joe to Boothiel. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Y'all could correct me. By law, DHSS had to hire a chief equity officer for the marijuana program by February 6th, a position meant to ensure the social and economic equity requirements of Missouri's new marijuana laws are met. The chief equity officer, Abigail Vivas, now oversees micro business license program. DHSS has yet to make Vivus available for interview following the independent's repeated requests. The law mandates that the chief equity officer create and promote educational programming and the licensing process and available support and resources for individuals applying for micro business licenses. In an email to the Independent, Cox said Vivus has been building a network of individuals and groups who may assist with spreading the word to eligible applicant populations about training and technical assistance opportunities. Those assistance opportunities include a series of in-person training and technical assistance across the state over the course of the next 2 months, and resources and events will also be made available online soon. Denise McCracken, an attorney for DB McCracken Law Practice, who is working with clients to prepare for application process, said she's yet to see any outreach from their office so far, and neither has Pruitt. Applicants in the state of Missouri must meet one of the 8 requirements: a net worth of less than $250,000 and gross household income below the poverty line 3 of the last 10 years, a military service connected disability, an arrest on nonviolent marijuana charge at least a year before legalization, or be the spouse or guardian of such person, live in an area with high poverty or unemployment, live in an area with historically high marijuana incarceration rates, graduate from an unaccredited school district, or we'll go back to that, or live in an unaccredited school district 3 of the last 5 years. Applicants have to provide several pieces of evidence to prove that they qualify in the various categories, but it's not always clear that they will be accepted, she said, as the zip code list has proven. It would be very helpful if they had a pre-application process where someone couldn't submit the evidence that they have and see if DHSS would find it acceptable, so that they don't have to put into anything and or waste their time, whatever. By law, the department has 300 days from December 8th to issue the first set of micro business licenses, and it has to be a minimum of 48 licenses. In late April, DHSS touted that the agency was going to accept micro business applications early in July instead of September. Then 270 days after the department begins issuing the licenses and the equity officer ensures that they went to eligible applicants, the department will issue another 48 licenses. That repeats again at the 548-day mark, which will bring the total to 144 licenses at minimum by 2025. In each round, there will be at least 6 licenses issued in each of the state's 8 congressional districts, at least 2 for dispensaries and at least 4 for wholesale facilities. Pruitt said the intent of the license was to provide people with lower socioeconomic status with the opportunity to become cannabis business owners. This constitutional intent of the amendment is clear with respect to the beneficiaries of micro licenses, he said, and the current rulemaking with respect to zip codes does not pass muster. Let's see. This story has been corrected to clarify that the criteria applicants must meet in order to obtain a micro. Okay, so they just added that information to this story.
Right.
Anyway. Okay, so first of all, can we talk about unaccredited schools? Are we graduating from schools that don't count?
I know. How does that? What? Oh, Donald Trump had a school, so a college or something.
So crazy to me. Anyways, okay.
Yeah, it's a whole process for accreditation, and so I think it. Yeah.
I also feel like, are they talking about college? Because I don't feel like they're talking about college.
Right. I don't think so either. I didn't know that high schools had accreditation. I didn't know that was a thing.
I feel like they have to be on some level accredited as a high school that they're teaching a certain curriculum, right? Okay. There you go. Yeah. KCMO became unaccredited years ago. Is that because of funding? Is that because you can't meet the criteria for what education is supposed to look like. I don't understand what that's about. So that's first of all.
And does that, I guess I've heard about schools losing accreditation and what happens with those that have, does it affect those that have already graduated? Is it just the few?
So if you don't have the right test scores or you don't have enough attendance, this is going to go into a whole nother rant, but school is just preparing you for the workforce, and it's preparing you to your children, prepared us, the children who went to school prior, prepared us for the workforce. The bell to go to a different class, they put that into schools because that's what they were using at factories to let people know when their shift began and ended. So the bell was the most effective way to tell people when they needed to go somewhere. So that's number one. Number two, attendance, perfect attendance. Never miss a day of school. You're going to get rewarded if you never miss a single day. If you're not allowed to you can't be sick. You can't have a family emergency. You can't have an accident. You can't have a mental health day. Nothing. You have to be there on perfect attendance or you don't get the reward. They used to give us pizza. That's crazy to me. Like that, it's like they don't want you to, because they don't want, that's true. This is the feature, not the flaw. They don't want you to be educated. Educated people revolt. Educated people do not follow the status quo.
They question.
Educate. I mean, it's just, they're indoctrinating your children to go be cogs in the machine, to go into the workforce and obey all of the rules and don't miss a day of work. And work yourself to the bone. Make sure you get those test scores up.
Right. We're just coming off of that as far as like our, us being that part of that generation and being like, well, no.
Like, yeah. No, see, because Gen X was like, absolutely, we're like against the man and everything. Yeah. So anyways, that's that part of it. But also, you guys, we didn't tell you this part of it, but we told you that bill was bad. And a lot of people told you that bill was bad. And a lot of people right now, I'm going to say at least one people right now is mad at me for agreeing with somebody who said that bill was bad. And some of y'all kind of either didn't fully say no out loud before the vote, or you got into cahoots with whoever had the most money. Now, I don't know if that part is true. And I'm not even going to like get into that with y'all. I'm not. I don't live in Missouri. I don't live there. But what I will say is true about what was said is that this bill was bad. And if you have a voice in that community, then you should be the loudest voice in that community. And if that offends you, I don't know what to say to you about it. I don't know what to say to you about it. I don't live there. Yeah. I live in Colorado. I live in Colorado. And we did so many shows. We did so many shows about Amendment 3 because we cared so much about how it was going to affect you in Missouri. We live in Colorado.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't be mad at me for agreeing with what I see in writing, what I see in print, because I am a believer of things that I see and of energy. So is all I'm saying. If you want to be mad at me for that, then I guess do that with your life.
Yeah, I always say question why it hurts the feelings. Why am I feeling about this way about it, and why, because it usually is more because
it's more a me problem than it is.
The truth hurts sometimes.
Right. I will tell you this, and I'm definitely, don't ask me. I'm not naming names. If you find it, you find it. If you know about it, you know about it, and that's it. But I will tell you this, if this particular individual who is notorious for saying what's on their chest out loud came from me, I would listen. Because sometimes we don't love their tone and sometimes we don't love their message, but this particular individual has a specific fight that they have never, ever, ever said that they were fighting for anything else. And they fight and they argue and they speak out for their community, for the Black community. And if I get called out by this person for some bullshit that I'm doing, even if I didn't think it was bullshit, I'm going to listen because I want to know, like, was it bullshit? I want to have something to think about. I may still not agree with them, and that's fine. You don't have to.
No, we've always said we'll listen. Yeah, you've always said you'll
listen. But listen to the message after you're done being mad about the message. You get mad about the message, fine. It's natural. It's a human reaction to get defensive when you get called out for something. And again, I'm not saying here nor there about the names that were used. Okay? I'm not there. I don't live in Missouri. I don't know. And I'm also what I would consider friends with each of the people involved.
Right.
In this particular conversation, story, whatever. When you're done defending yourself about it, can you sit down and think about it and think about what the message is and why it's being portrayed like that? I don't know. Maybe you could sit down and talk to that person about why they felt that way about your actions, because maybe they're wrong. Maybe there's a misconception there. Maybe there's something there that y'all need to have a discussion about. Okay. That's not my beef, right? But what this person said about what's going on in Missouri, how the expungements weren't automatic, that people had to apply to get expungement and then were denied for good cause. Nobody ever explained what good cause was. We had these conversations over and over and over again before the November election, and a lot of y'all still went out there and voted yes. Because legal cannabis, right?
Legal weed.
Because that's what's best. For who?
Access to who?
For whom? It's best for whom?
Yeah.
Please tell me. Because it's not best for it's not best for your Black communities at all. It's once again forcing them out of the industry. Both as consumers and as people working in the industry or owning businesses in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
The micro licenses are bullshit. They're bullshit.
Yeah.
144. They can't work with big businesses. They can't work with the large licenses. They can't grow beyond a certain number of plants.
They can't work with the large business.
They can't sell cookies or none of those. They can't sell none of those big brands. How are they competing? You, the consumer, have to make them competitive. You have to shop with them.
They're owned by the people that have the big dispenser.
Oh, and also there's that story. There's that whole loophole where we talked about this before the vote. Big companies are giving their employees, certain employees, a little bit of money in their pocket so that they can go qualify for a micro business license. But it will be overseen by the large business. Like, the person on paper who owns that business will have zero say or very little say in what happens in that business.
Right.
And then once again, the money doesn't go into Missourians' pockets. It goes into corporate cannabis pockets.
Right. And this is all over. This also applies to all over, because this is
all of y'all.
No, specifically Missouri, but this is happening everywhere. And why we talk about it all the time. And this, in this sense, we can say we told you so. Even not being part of, we love you, Missouri. But
okay, so you've had that exact offer. Exactly. We knew it was going to fucking happen.
Yeah.
And you're going to say no, but somebody else is going to say yes.
It does come down to education. I mean, again, it's all about to just people that are like, yay, legalize weed, ooh, tax money, ooh, this, ooh,
that was the whole fucking argument. The whole fucking argument. We attempted, I don't know how successful anybody thought it was, but we attempted to have a debate, and it was, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry that I'm going to say this, but none of y'all that came on to vote yes for the vote yes even read that fucking bill. You didn't even fucking read it. All you saw and all you heard was we're going to legalize cannabis. And then you fucking voted yes for that shit. Because I need legal cannabis in my, you have a medical program where you can have caregivers and etc. You could have continued to use that. Get your medical card if you need legal cannabis so badly. Honestly, flourish your medical, because medical is dying across the country and we are unable to afford our medication.
And then it becomes all about taxes and money and not your medicine and not your plant. And so protect your caregiver, protect your plant, read these bills that are going through. Also includes down to testing and packaging and taxing and what those taxes are going to. Not just a small percentage going back to, funds.
The general fund.
And
you
then,
fucking kidding me?
The
fact that they had a percentage going to the fucking police department, not have a percentage going to the fucking police department, that is higher than the percentage that they're giving to do drug programs and rehabilitation for the communities. They're giving more money. Your money is going to the police, to the fucking police, you guys.
Yeah.
And then you want to say, do you believe, are you agreeing with her, Farah? Yes, bro. Yes. I don't know. All I see is the receipts she provided. You want to provide some other receipts? That's fine with me.
Right.
I don't know how the players played in this scenario, but what I do know is that Amendment 3 is bullshit, and that's showing it there's so many stories about Amendment 3 that have come out that said this was what they said they were going to do, and this is what they're doing.
Yeah, and that what it could have, if it was a no thing and didn't go through, because then you can take those next steps to again tailor a program that does benefit. We did see some states say no to the programs that were being voted on. So it's possible. You can wait. It's okay. Though, and that's where it's the money rush is saying, nope, let's let's just pull it, let's ride the wave and then get people on board, and then we'll just continue to screw them. So
it just makes me so mad. It just makes me so mad. I don't even live in Missouri, you guys. Look how mad I am for you guys. Look how mad I am for you guys. It just makes me so mad. It makes me so mad that the people who went out there and voted yes didn't even bother to read the fucking bill. Not even to come on here to argue for it.
Yeah, and say why it's beneficial, other than, the points that were beneficial could wait, because there's still benefits to, and could be done separately, so,
anyways.
Do we have another, do we want to cover our, I don't have show notes up, but
there are no show notes.
Oh, the sweary history from my Facebook post,
please. So we'll jump right in. We're skipping around today because we don't have show notes and we don't care.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, and that's what we're doing. We do have a guest next week. Who's our guest next week?
Intrigue and Entropy. She's a glass artist.
Dope.
glass blowing artist. She has some amazing. I post if you follow my page, and I think I have her on connected to our Queen Kitty and our Cannabis Closet page. But Intrigue and Entropy is going to be joining us. I need to actually reach out to her and just make that poster.
Can I say? I'm sorry. Just sitting here thinking about it. Finish what you were saying about Intrigue and Entropy. I didn't mean to interrupt.
June 7th, we will have Intrigue and Entropy, female doing it on her own. All has some amazing creations. So join us for that.
I'm looking forward to it. Can I say one more thing before we get into history? Is this? Did you just come into? Oh God, I'm gonna piss some people off. Let me piss you off, okay? Because you're probably not even gonna listen to this, right? Because you support me as much as I support your business, right? There's not a single time that I've been in St. Louis that I haven't come through for your business. There's not a single time that I haven't come through for your business. Have you given me friends and family discount? Yes, I appreciate that. I 1000% appreciate that. Where are you right now? Are you watching my show on Wednesdays?
When you were talking earlier, I was like, I'm not going to hear this yet.
You're not going to hear that I had this to say because you don't even support me unless I come through and support you first. And then you'll give me a little discount for a little support. But I'm still putting money in your pocket. And I'm not even asking for money. I'm not asking for money. I'm asking for views. I'm asking for likes. I'm asking for shares. I'm asking for a little bit of time energy, which I also give you. So if you don't like that I agree with something that somebody else has said, then come talk to me about it in my face, but don't come in my DMs like you support me. And like if I don't agree with you, that I'm going to lose your support. How? How am I going to lose my friends and family discount? Okay. I'm cool paying full price. I've never asked for a friends and family discount. I'm cool paying full price for any of my friends' products. I don't want a discount, honestly. And the reason I don't want a discount is because I want you to fucking rise and survive. And all I ask in return, I'm not asking for a sponsorship. We would love one, but I'm not asking for that from my friends. You know what I'm asking for my friends? Watch us. You don't even have to keep the volume up. You don't like the way I sound on the podcast? Turn it down. You don't like it when I yell? Turn it down. Just you being here helps build our algorithm, but you're not here. But you do have the audacity to ask me using my name at the end of a question as if it's like something I should be defensive about. I'm not. So anyways, I support you, St. Louis. I support you every time I fucking come through. And I support Kansas City when I come through too as much as I can. But we don't really spend a lot of time there. But when we do come there, we fucking bring our A game. So when you want to talk to me about something, you could talk to me about it.
Yeah, you got my number too.
But don't ask. Yeah, you've got my phone number, but don't come in my DMs like you're taking a consensus of which side somebody's supposed to be on about something. And also, if you don't like what somebody had to say about you, maybe go to the source of the person saying it, especially if you think there's maybe a misunderstanding. Okay, enough of that. But I was just sitting here thinking it. I was just sitting here like, hold on. So I had to say it.
Yeah.
Now on to more serious matters. Today is May 31st.
Today is May 31st. I can't show this on, or I'm reading this off of my computer. I'm not attached to the show at the moment to show you, but this is from James Fell. He's the sweary history guy that I follow. If you don't follow him, you should. I would love.
He's pretty funny. It's pretty funny and also historically accurate.
Yeah, so he is a historian. He does have does his research, and he has written a couple of books, and he just got bought by, or he just had a contract or whatever. They're going to redo his books by an actual big book producer. So if you got his book before before that, awesome. Now he's going to be produced. They're going to make some coming out with a big publisher. So
yay, that's exciting.
You can also check him out just through the Facebooks and stuff, and I always enjoy his shit. So Story History of James Fell. In 2016, Donald Trump campaigned for president of the United States by giving a series of speeches that were a lot of euphemisms for brown people scare me. He was seen as a joke of the most of the campaign, but there was a little to laugh about on election night. Many wondered how he could have been elected. They didn't realize just how deep racism runs in America. On this day in history, shit went down, May 31st, 1921. On May 31st, 1921, what is considered the single worst incident of racial violence in America history took place in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Time for another euphemism, Orama, so as not to offend the fragile ass quote or hashtag all lives matter, Casper Americans. Some milky motherfuckers dropped bombs on black neighborhood using goddamn airplanes. Of course, it all began because of a false accusation of assault. A 19-year-old black man named Dick Rowland tripped getting into an elevator, prompting the frost-faced 17-year-old female operator to scream. Rowland was arrested, and an infuriated, creamy crowd of approximately 2,000 massed outside the courthouse. Fearing Rowland would be lynched, several members of the black community came to the courthouse to protect him. Some of them were armed. It's unsure if it was an accidental or meant as a warning, but a black man fired a single shot, hitting no one. The snowmen returned fire with intent to kill, and a gun battle ensued. They weren't the greatest of shots, though, based on the numbers. 2 black men and 10 lotion-colored lads died in exchange. And of course, that could not stand. The town went completely bug shit, exploding into vanilla ice cream violence against what was, at the time, the richest black community in the entire United States, Tulsa's Greenwood District. Throughout the night and the next day, there were gunfights between the drywall dudes and black people. Then the baking powder bastards began to set fires, and as mentioned, the Alabaster attackers dropped incendiary bombs from private airplanes onto the neighborhood, and also fired rifles at people on the ground. It should be noted that the dropping of bombs and shooting from planes is based on several eyewitness accounts, but remains unconfirmed, quote unquote. There definitely are several planes circling above. The National Guard was brought in and established martial law to end the violence. The death toll remains uncertain, but it's approximated at 200, mostly black people, hundreds more were injured, and thousands of black families were left homeless. Get his fuck history book on this day, and history shit went down at jamesfell.com books. But go to his website and check it out, and then you'll have to wait till his new production comes out and get it.
I reposted this too with a little caption that said, if you look anything like me, like if your skin tone is anywhere close to mine, I'm gonna need you to read this. Read it. Stop looking away. Stop looking away from history. Because honestly, let me tell you guys something. This is so important. And also, places like Florida and Texas are banning books about things like this, about history, about historical foods or cultural foods, about just stories about black people are being taken out of the schools. Ron DeSantis in Florida will be running for president. He will be primarying, whatever. He will be trying to get, not primarying because there's no Republican president. He will be in the running for as a presidential candidate against Donald Trump. Those are your choices.
Oh my God.
Those are your choices because also because Grandpa wants to run again. So your choice is Donald Trump, stupid racist, Ron DeSantis, smarter racist. Both hate women. Both are bigots against not just racist bigots, but like against the LGBTQIA community, against women. Honestly, against anybody that would live their life in a way that is not missionary position, make babies.
Yeah, that's it. And
stay at home with your kids. Husband goes to work. If it's not that life, if that's not your life, you in danger, girl.
You in danger, girl.
We can hold hands on the wall that we're going to be strung up on because
what
Kumbaya.
And I have family there. It's scary.
They can take your children away from you. They're banning books. I don't know what state this was in, but I just saw a video where the police were harassing a lesbian woman because she wanted to go to the bathroom. And they said she's not a woman, so she can't. And there were people around like, she's a woman, like let her go to the bathroom. Because it is in Florida. It was in Florida, I believe, because they have a law that says you have to use a bathroom of the gender that you were assigned at birth. And now they're harassing lesbians.
I mean,
androgynous women or effeminate men.
Guess we need to just make all bathrooms non-gender specific. But
is the bathroom in your house gender specific? Is my fucking question.
Right?
Why are you worried? Somebody asked me the other day. They said that they had seen, and I'm sure this is out there. There's all kinds of things out on the internet that should not be out on the internet. They said they had seen a video of drag queens twerking for young elementary school children. I don't know. I haven't seen this video, but sure, maybe there's one out there. Maybe there's a few out there. Okay. This would be called an anomaly. This is not normal behavior. And also, it is not appropriate behavior. I would call it inappropriate. Would I call it dangerous? No, I wouldn't, because your children have to go to school and do active shooter drills for things that actually are dangerous in their life. So we could call that inappropriate, but still not dangerous. Florida just had another shooting. 2 people got in an altercation on a beach and started shooting at each other, and like 9 kids got shot.
What?
A baby got shot in the leg. I don't think there were any reported deaths, but there were many injuries. Florida in July is going to enact a law that says that you can conceal carry without a permit. Now, nobody saw these 2 individuals or these several individuals with their, oh my God, it's 4:20 in the West Coast already. Oh my goodness. That happened fast.
I know. I was like, what? What's that? What's going on? Happy 420.
So nobody saw these individuals with their firearms, but had they been seen, let's say by the police, right, they could have been confiscated, they could have been taken into custody, whatever, right? Not after July. In July, they can do it. They can just carry. What's up, Texas? Y'all are also following suit of Florida, so that's fun. That's fun. They're going to be states, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have to do a whole nother like green book situation.
Yeah.
There are going to be states where some of us are just not going to be able to travel through or go to or be there after dark or etc.
My friend posted a list recently and was like, peace out to y'all that live in these places. I will never see you again unless you come
see me
in my safe space. And I will see if I can locate that list. Because it's important to know.
Because Texas is actually one of those places that's starting to pass some crazy ass laws, and they're following suit of what's happening in Florida. And Ron DeSantis is crazy. He's a crazy person. He's a crazy person. But he knows what he's doing.
And I don't understand the oh, these are the good things that he's done for our state. Done what?
Oh.
Make everything go crazy town?
So check this out. There's a senator in Texas who's on record admitting that he lost or did away with several Democratic ballots. There were questions about voter turnout in some of the counties where there's usually a larger voter turnout. Those ballots never made it to be counted. And Greg Abbott won the governorship when honestly, I feel like he shouldn't have. And Donald Trump won in Texas when he might not have won in Texas. Had those ballots been counted. They stole those votes.
I know. I don't understand. It was such a big deal with the whole when
I was so crazy wondering why Beto O'Rourke did not win in Texas after the Uvalde thing. After the Uvalde. I was like, how did Greg Abbott win in Texas after Uvalde? I couldn't wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
Because there was voter fraud happening and it wasn't the Democrats. Right. You guys.
What's going to happen? What are we doing for this for upcoming election? How is this not going to
Joe Biden is running is what's happening.
They're not above cheating and just being like, oh.
And Joe Biden is running, so they don't even fucking have to cheat.
Yeah. Right.
And the Democrats are going to let Joe Biden run.
I don't understand.
I was like, great. We gave Granddad his Make-A-Wish Foundation wish to be president before his next adventure. Can we move the fuck on? Why are we entertaining this at all?
Right, there's no young
there are.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand.
So crazy. And they could be moderate. They don't have to be super progressive to get my vote. Okay, I am a super progressive and I will not agree with everything that a moderate does, but if you need to get the vote of America and you need to get, but like Joe Biden is not it, y'all. And also, you guys stole the vote from Bernie Sanders. That's all I'm saying.
I know if we're
so gonna, America did want a progressive.
If we're still
actually,
gonna vote our grandfather in.
Can we vote that grandfather in?
Yeah,
that's the grandfather we want.
Can we talk?
By my calculations, we're fucked. I mean, we are.
Yeah, we are.
I do not look good in baggy or poofy clothing. Okay, let's just say that for the record. I'm not made for I'm not made for Gilead. I'm just not. Okay. So if that happens, it's been nice knowing y'all, because I'm probably not gonna make it. Like, I got a mouth on me.
I'm gonna get my passport.
I know. I need to renew my passport. Happy 420. Happy 420 on the West Coast. It's 425 right now. I wanted to let's switch gears a little bit. I don't have would you rathers for today yet, but we will have them. We won't leave without
No, we'll
them.
come through. Yeah,
we'll come through.
But
I do want to go back to the Tree 14 episode where we've Willie Nelson. I know, right? Yeah. Tree 14 episode was, I believe, on May 17th. I want to say it was the 17th, but anyways, he had to go before we got to the would you rathers. And so I posted them on our Cannabis Closet page. So if you go to solo.to/Cannabis Closet 420, you can follow us on Instagram and you can see this kind of stuff on the Instagram. So I posted this post, would you rather, made for Tree 14, and he answered them for us. So the first one was, I mean, I would vote for Snoop Dogg. Honestly, we don't need a celebrity in the office unless we just want to be a complete fucking joke, which is what's happening right now. Is everybody wants this celebrity status. We need somebody who knows knows how to do those things
too, how to interact with other international figureheads,
right,
and for
they know about history, they gotta
our country, not the detriment or or
right
for the few percentage. Like, again, it's
just, we don't need to be a celebrity. We're such a young country. We're so young. Think about how young we are in comparison to other countries.
Do not make idiocracy and whatever that is called a prediction of our come true. Like, this is that's that. Like,
people think because we're a top nation or whatever that's always going to. It's not. It isn't. Not the way we're going. The country is completely dumbed down. There are not enough educated people making decisions in this country anymore. Like, and I urge you to watch some of these fucking I watch a guy named Walter Matheson, and he kind of trolls Republicans, but like, listen to some of the shit they say out loud, and remember when you hear it that they will definitely be voting in every election. They vote in every election. They're deciding who runs your school board. They're deciding who runs your town. They're deciding who runs everything. And you know why they're deciding that? Because you are not voting in every election. You are not getting out and saying no to the if there's some major corruption happening in your area, like that whole bullshit where those votes weren't counted, y'all should be up in arms about that shit in Texas. Y'all should be losing your fucking minds about that shit in Texas, right? Because Greg Abbott should not be your governor in Texas. You know that's true. Anyways, okay. So on Jay's show, we asked some would you rathers, but he was unable to stay because his phone died. It's okay. It happens.
It happens.
He was a great guest, and I definitely want to have him back. And like, pick a specific subject to have him talk on for the whole time, because he could do it. Mm-hmm. But anyways, okay. So we said, would you rather know the history of every object you touch or be able to talk to animals? I got to tell you guys, the number one answer was be able to talk to animals. I actually don't think a single person said they want to know the history of every object they touch. But there are people out there. I know you're out there, and I respect you, and I want to be that excited about knowledge. I mean, I am excited about knowledge, but to be that excited about knowledge.
I want to ask them what they will do with that information.
Share it with other people, probably, or not.
Like, just be a trivia master, like on call, like I'm your person if you're need
some people's bag, you know,
a lifeline for Millionaire Game or whatever.
Some people,
like,
yeah, like
I
call me if you need the lifeline. Is that game still on?
I don't know.
So Jay did not disappoint on this one. He definitely said talk to animals. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Let's see. They did it. Yeah. Talk to animals for sure. That was his answer as well. So on to the next question was, would you rather control lights with your mind or be able to throw your voice? Now, I definitely said I wanted to throw my voice just because I like to like, boo. But not surprisingly, because what does he do with his life but grow plants? Jay said he would definitely want to control the lights with his mind.
Yep. I said lights with mine. Yeah.
And that makes sense. Makes total sense. You don't have to be downstairs or upstairs or wherever outside. You don't have to be all up in it. You can just be like,
I don't have to be afraid of the dark. I got this.
Right.
I used to be afraid of the dark as a kid. Like, it was not so much outside. It was the inside going to get in bed, like don't monster in the bed thing. Like,
I'm afraid of the real dark. When I was in, Malaysia, and we stayed we went and stayed out with a tribe for like one night, and it was the Iban tribe. And by the way, they're a headhunter tribe. So then when we first walk in, they give us a little shot of like their homemade alcohol. And I was like, what are we doing? But I took it. You can't, if you ever know anything about anything, you can't go into somebody's space as a foreigner and say, no, thank you.
Yeah, if you just take that chance.
You just take that chance.
Cheers.
And go with it. Tonight's the night. Then it was your night. It was your night. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we take the shot, and I got a tattoo from the shaman that was there also. I was taking a mad chance with that because that was not a clean little nail thing. It had ink all over it. It had been places. I came home and immediately got tested for like everything that they could test me for. I was just like, whatever you could test my blood for, like test for that.
Oh shit.
So anyways, but we were staying in their like abode, which is, they're called a longhouse, and the longhouse has several doors, and those doors are for different residents that live in the, and then the space is like, there's like a communal space or whatever. We set up tents in the communal space, and I had to get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom because even though I was in my 30s, my bladder still was at that point not very cooperative at night. I definitely had drank a lot of water that day too. And I tried to hold it for as long as possible, but then I had to like wake up my buddy and be like, we got to go. We couldn't find the door to get out. I was like, I'm going to pee on myself in this person's house, like in the house. But we had to go outside, and they had like these little outhouse things. There was a spider like this big next to my toilet. I kid you not. And also, before we went to bed, they told us about all the spirits that roam around. And, so I was like, please don't think me evil. I was like, I am not here to bother you. I just need to go to the bathroom. Oh my God. Okay.
Did you go alone?
I didn't. My buddy, we couldn't go nowhere alone.
Okay, cool. I was like, I didn't hear that.
I made her get up at 3 a.m. and go to the bathroom with me.
All right. Because I was like,
I might be an asshole, but it was that or pee on my stuff.
Right. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Okay, so would you rather be lost in a bad part of town or be lost in the forest? I said bad part of town because I want to talk my way out of it. But he said, and you said forest, and I was like, you're a crazy person. He said, and this, even though you said forest, I also think that this answer lives a little bit in privilege. So of course, men are not afraid to go in the woods ever. Why would y'all be afraid to go in the woods? Like, why? Anyway, but he said, I live in St. Louis, so I'm always in a bad part of town. So lost in the forest sounds good to me.
Oh,
and I can see that.
You know, so that. also, I think to your point, like, so I took her for a walk yesterday, and I went up this little trail that just goes, you know, just a little small cut trail, right behind the high school there. And I don't know if just in my head or if whatever, but, you know, a random noise sounded like a growl. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. Cause I was on a different part of the trail that I hadn't done since spring. I had just been staying on the lower parts of it. And so because I was getting some wildflower cuttings and whatnot. And I was like, it was like a burp, and I was like, bye. And I was like, I made myself big, and I had her next to me, and I kept making like just like big noises, just like
so wild animals.
Yeah. So animals
wasn't even my consideration when I said I didn't want to get lost in the woods. Men is why I don't want to get lost in the woods.
Men in the woods is why.
Men in the woods. Yeah. What are you doing here, sir? What are you doing here?
If I'm lost in the woods, that I'm prepared to be lost in the woods. Like that is my ultimate thought, is that if I am going to be in the woods, I'm going to be prepared to be lost in the woods, with the means to try and get myself out of the woods. Right. Is my ultimate hope.
Well, that's my hope too. But I mean, you know, things don't always work out like we hope. And then the last one that we asked when he was on, this wasn't from last week, this was the week before, was would you rather be compelled to high five everyone you meet or be compelled to give wedgies to anyone wearing green? And true to form, Jay said high fives and positive vibes all day.
Yep. Not touching.
So that makes sense.
Everywhere. Nope.
No. I might have said that because I think he's a little bit of a prankster, but no, I see him just like, yeah, high-fiving everybody. I could see that.
Yep. Oh, that's good stuff. That was excellent. I love it.
Yeah, he was a great guest. And if you think you could be a great guest, reach out to us. Yeah, you probably could. We'll probably invite you on. Why not?
I want to invite if we invite I guess there's probably not many dates in between before our event to invite any of our vendors on.
Yeah, I want to try to get Elijah on here for sure. Because June is coming up, so tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe even on the 7th when we have Intrigue and Entropy on, we could do a little 15 minutes with the other vendors before.
Yeah,
or
after. For sure.
Reach out.
Let's reach out and set that up for sure. Yeah, I will work on that. It sounds like a great idea.
Sweet. You too could be a vendor that we highlight on.
Oh, yeah.
Closet Podcast. Reach out to us if you have something cool to sell, then make. We're looking for artists, artisans, vendors, products, services to offer to the public. We're launching our Queen Kitty new flavor at our pop-up market. We're going to have Elijah Tribe for some live music and some yummy food from Good Eats. Dupree, we're going to bring it. Waffle. Sorry.
Yeah, we're having a waffle.
Win, win, win.
Win, win, win. It does say entries must be received by June 14th, but we are taking entries at the event too. So if you're at the event, you can enter after, but these are online entries until June 14th.
Yeah,
online
just so we don't make sure to miss it. So we will be collecting the information, and then yes, for future other entries, you will have to attend the event June 15th. Get your ticket.
Get your ticket. Get it.
There's other waffles to get chances to 4-pack flavor 4-pack with all of the Pop This flavors. I am so excited. I hope, like, for whatever reason, it just explodes in the next 2 weeks of vendors and buyers. And
yeah, I'm trying not to have a million mini panic attacks about it, but I think once
staying positive, putting that energy out there. Let's keep on. We're gonna do this thing, and come check out our new flavor. We're super excited about it. Information will be on the website. We have to make the page and then hide it and then launch it the same day we launch it. Right. So it's been a delicate balance of saying things. I'm not allowed to say anything anymore.
No, because sometimes she says shit when they tell her not to cuss on the air. And the way she says it is fucking beautiful. She says, well, it's because those other drinks taste like shit. That should be our slogan. The other drinks taste like shit.
Not no yak in the back. We didn't do a whole
I was looking at would you rathers. So do you see I put a semicolon instead of an apostrophe? It was an accident, but now it looks intentional. Man. Y'all had me on fire today.
Judy, that sucks. So sorry.
I don't think it sucks unless it sucks.
Only the going through the process to get to it. Like, I had to drive 40 minutes, wait in a long line in the cold, all that, to fill out paperwork that could have been done online, to turn it in and be told to come back in 3 hours.
Yeah, no, that's bullshit. But if you get picked for a murder trial,
which
that's kind of cool.
That has happened. They were saying it was gonna be like a 3-week ordeal, and I was like, I cannot be not available for 3 weeks. So sorry.
Damn, that's right, because we need you here. What do you mean we don't have an artist?
What do you mean? Yeah.
What do you mean I have to do the podcast for 3 weeks by myself? Gosh. Okay, I have the first would you rather. They're going to come in spurts. Are you guys ready? Because, hey, everybody, we're about to do the would you rather.
Wake up.
Come back. Come back to your screens and your phones and your computers and get ready to be in the comment section. Okay. Next, are you still here? Kelly, you still here? Little Bobby Customs, you still here? Who else is still here? Who else? Jen, you still here?
If you're listening later, make sure you go. We're gonna start posting these in a space to answer, and make sure you answer when you re-listen.
Yeah, answer, because that'll make it more fun. All right, here's the first one. You guys know how vain I am? Do you guys understand how vain I am? I don't know. This one I cannot decide on this. Okay, here we go. Here's the first one. Would you rather have chapped lips that never heal or terrible dandruff that can't be treated? Okay, I do have a little bit of dandruff, and then I just know that then it's time for me to like scrub my scalp because I live in Colorado and it's dry as fuck out here. And I've only ever had dandruff here because my scalp dries out here. I also, my lips get the chapped the worst ever living in Colorado, winter and summer. Because why? Because your lips crack and dry if you don't put the stuff.
Put the stuff, drink the stuff.
Drink the stuff. I know. I don't know.
I can't either, especially if it hurts. Like if it's a chapped crack thing.
Yeah.
Like constant. No.
I guess
that
wear
gets worse. If it doesn't get worse because you know what you do when you have chapped lips, you know, the whole like trying to like
yeah, I would have to go with dandruff. I would just wear a hat and never wear black.
Yep. Same. Dandruff. I'm gonna go with dandruff. Yeah, that makes. And I do also have the same, like when you're saying that, I was like also like same. I get the
it's why if people ask me all the time why I don't, okay, so sometimes my hair doesn't curl the way I want it to. So that's one of the reasons I don't leave my hair curly. But one of the reasons I don't leave my hair curly is because to leave it curly, I cannot brush it. And if I do not brush my hair, then I have to wash it more often. And I don't like to wash my hair often because I spend a lot of money on this color and it has to last me a month.
Yeah.
And also, because it'll just fade, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I just flat iron it and let it go. But if I don't brush my hair every day, I definitely have to like wash it more often because my scalp is just
right. Same.
Not about that life.
They say,
Me too.
You know, in the sense of totally not, when people ask about like short haired dogs like her, and bathing them, like they say it's better to just brush them on a regular,
Yeah.
and then their natural oils of their skin will take care of those things. And so in sense, the brushing is the same thing as just creating that natural oil, you know, from your scalp in terms of manipulation, you know, with it and whatnot. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another hard one. These are opposites. Would you rather, for 1 week, be trapped in a room that is pitch dark or bright ass light? For 1 week. Because the dark is going to get me depressed after day 2. Like by day, I mean, maybe even by day 2, but like definitely after day 2, I'm going to be like, I can't.
Like 24/7 light and 24/7 dark, like
yes.
For a week?
Yes. But then I think that bright light will make you go crazy.
Like how bright a light are we talking? Are we talking like a fucking O-ring light that here blinding?
We're talking about like
searing into my retinas right now, or are we talking brighter than that?
It just says constantly bright or constantly dark. I know. I think I would have to do bright, even though I think that would make me go crazy. I think I would go crazy.
I'm gonna go bright because at least I can shut my eyes. I feel like not being able to see
or like
is a whole different. Yeah, like sorry, I did not freeze. I was trying to decipher what that meant. Anyway, that's
okay. I'm gonna have to remember these. I'm not writing these down. They're not in the show notes. Hold on.
I may or may not remember them later.
We had chapped lips or dandruff.
Oh, we can go up through the comment.
Yeah.
There we go.
And then we had bright light or dark or bright. Okay. For a week. Whoa. You can't wear sunglasses. but there's probably no, they can't limit what you do with your own body. So you could probably do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think they didn't say limitations. They said the stipulations. They also, but a complete dark. So that means there's no light available.
There's no light, no flashlight.
You don't get to turn a light on. You don't get to no, it's just dark. And so therefore, again, I can close my eyes and I can also, yeah. Mm-hmm. just for a week.
Just for a week. That seems like a long time.
But it does.
Not when you're planning an event, but only if you had to sit in the dark or the bright.
Yes, exactly.
I bet though, because then also that'll kind of fuck up your shit. Do you need to sleep or do you need to be awake? Because I feel like if you're in a bright room all the time, you would get so much done because you would never know when it was time to go to bed.
Right. You go cover your eyes and lay down when your body's like, you're done.
Yeah.
What do you do? Is that what you do? You just do things until.
Yeah, until you fall asleep. But if you were in the dark, you would probably just be tired all the time.
Right. And just lay there in the dark with your eyes closed. I mean, I guess in the same sense, you can just lay there with your eyes closed and not do anything for a week and not have to look at anything for a week.
You could, but I think that if you were in a bright room that you would just get so much done.
Right.
Oh, gross.
Right. Does that mean you're going to read it to us?
Yeah.
If I have to read it, you're going to hear it.
Okay, here we go. Would you rather swallow 5 live worms or 1 live cockroach?
Just straight swallow, not chew. Just swallow.
I mean, however you're going to get it in, you're going to get it in.
Okay, but swallow. Eat.
Oral. Yeah.
Okay. Cockroach. 5 worms? Fuck no. 5? No. If it was like a 1-to-1, maybe I would have a reconsideration, but 5-to-1, no.
5 worms or 1 cockroach. Oh, cockroaches are.
Little Bobby, 10 worms over 1 roach. Okay.
I mean, I feel like I could do the 5 worms. Are they cooked?
I know.
They're
I was
live.
like, can I dip it in chocolate?
No, I know. They're live. Ooh, but could you dip them in something? Because that would be easy, right? You just like spaghetti. Dip them in ranch. Slurp that bitch down.
See,
cockroaches got legs, bitch. What? So it's just the end of the show, us gagging and not being able to handle ourselves. Yeah. Anywho, it's been a fantastic show tonight. We have a guest next week. It is, say it again.
Intrigue and Entropy. She is on the Facebook, and I believe also that is her Insta, Intrigue and Entropy. And I post a lot, and I think we have shared things on our page as well. But she'll be joining us on June 7th. And yeah, I'm super excited. Female solo glassblower.
I'm stoked. I am stoked on this because we've been wanting to talk to a female solo glassblower. So I'm so excited she's coming on. If you guys want, the King Pong code is scrolling along the bottom. It's KP Queen 2023. So you get 15% off of your order and put some money in my pocket. So do that. And be nice to yourself It's important. I want to do this a little bit longer today because we were talking about it on the live. We did a Queen Kitty live today, and we were talking about it on the live. But you guys, it is so the negative thoughts in your brain are not true about you. Somebody said that to you one time, and you were an impressionable young person, and you internalized that, and then you've been saying that to yourself or trying to prove that you're not that every day since then. And so what you got to do is you got to look yourself straight in the mirror. And it's hard at first. You're going to laugh about it, or you're going to feel, just do it. Just trust me. Do it every day. I have this stuff written on my mirror. She could attest to this. I have things written on my mirror. And every day when I'm doing like my little routine or whatever, I look at those things and I say them at least once out loud to myself in the mirror. I am beautiful. I am a 10. I am amazing. I am getting more youthful and more beautiful inside and out every single day. You know what I'm saying? I'm a boss. I'm like,
and then you're also doing the things to back it up too, though.
Yes.
You're taking your vitamins.
But it's because I believe it.
You're exercising. You're doing the things to
right.
Also encourage those motions like that. It's hand in hand. You can't just say it. You have to embody.
You have an image of exactly. She's exactly right. You have an image of what you as a boss looks like. I have an image of what me as a boss looks like. In order to get to that, to what a boss is, a boss to me, this boss works out and takes care of her body, puts good things into her body, says positive things, not negative things to herself. You know, like this boss is doing those things. So that's what it is that look at yourself straight in the mirror every day and just pick one. You can just pick one thing, and just say that to yourself every day in the mirror and believe it. And you will start believing it because you believe that negative talk because you've been saying it over and over and over and over. So when you hear that happening, I see you, but actually, I'm beautiful. I'm intelligent. I'm kind. I'm worthy of love, right? Those things. Look yourself straight in the face. I was telling you that I was watching this TikTok. This girl was like, I heard that you could do this and then just suddenly be beautiful and sexy, right? And she was like, so I'm going to start doing it. And she was giggling and laughing and embarrassed. And she was doing it on camera for like everyone. And then like I look down the row and she's actually like, there's something different about her. She's got like this whole different vibe. She's got like her hair is done different. Her like, you know what I'm saying? And she made those changes because she felt confident and beautiful and able to make those changes. She felt confident in her style. She felt, you know, so it works.
Yeah.
You just
it does.
Say it every day and you'll start believing it.
Remember Saturday Night Live? I'm good enough. I'm smart enough. And gosh darn it, people like me.
Yes.
And that was, it's no joke. We loved it, and it was truth in trauma.
Yeah. So all that to say, be nice to yourself, put your mask on before assisting others.
Yes. Cultivate love, bring it to you. You deserve it.
You are worthy.
Then we will send some your way if you need, reach out.
Yeah. We love you guys.
As always,
stay lifted.
Stay lifted.
Stay gifted.
And gifted. You
guys, next Wednesday. It's going to be a great show.
Thank you so much.
Share, like, share, all that stuff. Thanks for being in the comments tonight, you guys. We appreciate you guys. Boo, boo, boo.